This podcast is a Buenos Dias Media production.
This is the Grit on the Rocks podcast, where raw conversations meet smooth sips. Pull up a chair, pour your favorite drink, puff on your favorite cigar, and join us as we dive into the convos that matter. No scripts, no barriers, just unfiltered truth served straight up. Cheers to the real ones out there. Salud.
Welcome to Grit on the Rocks podcast, Friday Fumas edition. Yes, welcome. On today's episode, I will give you guys an audio clip of a meetup that we had at a cigar lounge with my son and two friends. Yeah, we had some great conversations, but I'm still figuring out what's the best way to record these episodes on the outside of the studio while still maintaining, some type of quality, right? And also, I would love to record these at a cigar lounge. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's Friday Fumas edition. It'd be great to record at a cigar lounge, but since we are at cigar lounges, people like me like to go to relax and disconnect and not deal with nonsense and stuff like that, cameras, or if you're not part of the podcast, you don't want to be recorded. So this is what I'm trying to figure out, how to do it discreetly where we can enjoy ourselves without bothering everybody else, but also capturing the moment for the audience, for you guys' enjoyment. But again, we're trying to figure it out without ruining the experience for others, basically. All right, so before we start,
the views and opinions expressed by the host, guest, and/or participants of this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Buenos Dias Media LLC, its associates, partners, and show sponsors. The content is intended for entertainment purposes and should not be construed as professional advice. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, so today we're enjoying some coffee. I am not smoking a technical cigar right now. We already did that. But yeah, we'll be discussing today, right? So this is Grit on the Rocks Friday Fumas edition, as I said. So light up your favorite cigar, grab your favorite drink as we dive into today's topics. So what are today's topics? I wanted to talk about, after my experience, my latest experience at the cigar lounge, I thought of maybe it's time to share some cigar etiquette 101, right? What not to do at a cigar lounge. And we'll also be discussing today's quote that comes from none other than Bruce Lee. So me and some of my friends, and my son, which was pretty cool. We never really hang out like that, on a hangout mode. I'm not talking about family outings, just a hangout, manly hangout, basically some time out, to just sit and just chat like men. And it was just really cool. So I invited him if he wanted to come with me to a cigar lounge, which he said sure. So we went, me and some of my friends and him, and we went to a place called Mom's Cigar Lounge in Scarsdale, New York. No, they are not sponsors of the show yet. But is that they treat us so great there. I feel like every experience I've had has been wonderful. Not that they're doing, overdoing it. It's just, I don't know, something about the atmosphere, the whole environment is so inviting and so chill, and just the way they set the place up. They have such a great humidor, great selection of cigars. And it's always good. So, I have been there, a bunch of times, and every time I've showed up there, I feel like I take more people every time. The first time I went by myself. I just sat there, read a book, smoking my cigar, and it was great. And then I went with one friend, then with two friends. Now there's four of us. I plan as this grows, Maybe someday do a meetup there. I mean, if they'll have us. But it's just been great. Anyway, so I also love how time flies while I'm enjoying my cigar and just sipping on my whiskey. I mean, so this week we enjoyed a wonderful lineup of cigars, including a Perdomo 10-year anniversary Maduro, which I smoked, and great. My son smoked the M by Macanudo Barber Pole Espresso with cream. One of my friends smoked the Perdomo 10-year anniversary champagne cigar, and my other friend smoked the CAO Flavours Moontrance Corona. All great cigars, as we drank my favorite, some Balaton chocolate whiskey, and the others drank some Jack Daniels. So, I don't claim to be a professional in the cigar culture. I mean, if anything, I am a cigar enthusiast. I am not an aficionado yet. I guess I'm not there yet. I am definitely not a connoisseur. But there are things that should be common sense, and I know that there are others that aren't. But I think we should all be aware of these if you're trying to have a gentlemanly time to say, and you don't want to ruin it for others, which eventually ruins it for you. So it's good also to follow these rules we're going to share with you to avoid the judgy looks. Even though, I mean, listen, cigar lounges, if you've never been to one and you do smoke cigars, I think it's just a great experience. You go, it's like everybody minds their business. There's not this vibe like when you, I don't know, if you went clubbing or whatever it is. And this happens a lot in PR. My hometown, you go to these nightlife places or clubs or restaurants or bar and grills or whatever it is. And you always have these group of people that either walk around looking at others and just, I don't understand what's the need for like dirty looks and stuff like that. Like, you don't even know me. But anyway, in a cigar lounge, you don't see that. It's just everybody's chill. Everybody's there to relax, to have a good time, have a good conversation with their friends or family, whoever they show up with, and just enjoy their cigar overall. There's TVs everywhere, but the volume isn't up. So it's like you can watch and just chill. There should be no like loud music or anything like that. It's just great. So, yes, these are things that we should all be aware of, which is why I'm going to share with you guys. So let's take a quick listen at some of the audio that we recorded at the lounge. Mind you, again, this is us trying to be discreet. We're just having a regular conversation. There was no real topic to it. And eventually I had to stop recording after a few minutes because the conversations were great, but they were personal, and you know, as part of the bro code, you got to respect that. So I just stopped recording, put it away, and just enjoyed the night. But here we are. That's why we're doing this episode. So let's take a listen. This is Grit on the Rocks podcast, straight from Mom's Cigar Lounge.
I feel like I taste the vanilla.
That's good. That means you're getting a good pull if you can taste it. Yeah, that's good.
And I just like vanilla.
You
on
do?
Anything.
You
Yeah,
do?
like vanilla cake, French vanilla.
Really?
Anything vanilla I can fuck with.
I ordered some cigars that I want to try because I'm not big on. I like vanilla ice cream and cake. That I could fuck with. But vanilla flavored stuff I don't really care for.
Oh.
But I did order some cigars that I want to try. I forgot the name of them. It's like an off-brand. They're called Maker's Choice. So they're called Maker's Choice because supposedly they're hand rolled, and they're not perfected like this. They're just like hand rolled, rough, and it's usually what rollers in the factories smoke. But these are the ones that I ordered supposed to be vanilla. Let me see. So today I am smoking a Perdomo 10-year anniversary Maduro. Lua is smoking a 10-year anniversary Perdomo Reserve champagne.
Oh, so that's why you got that special band shit?
Yeah. John is smoking a CAO. What is this? Let me see.
I don't know, some vanilla shit.
I can't see. No, it's a CAO, right? Not habanero. Habano.
Some shit like that, like.
And they're smoking an M by Macanudo Barber Pole. We are here in Mom Cigar Lounge. Shooting the shit.
You doing a podcast? Yeah. Oh. You're on it. Yeah.
I would take out the camera, but people get weird with that. So, yeah.
Damn, that shit was a large ass trunk. God damn.
What?
This was like an afro on my shit. That shit right there.
See, but now you see how it stays lit now.
Yeah, not my shit.
Yeah. I'm drinking some Balaton chocolate whiskey, which everybody just swallowed, and I'm still sipping mine. What did you bring there?
What am I saying? You trying to hold this shit hostage? What's up? Like,
No,
What is that?
that's
What is
Jack
it?
Daniel.
nah, that's
Oh,
your
Jack
that's your
Daniels?
I gotta wait for you to open it. Like, you bought it, bro. You bought it, bro. I gotta.
Holy
My
shit.
God damn. What the
Brought the Jack Daniels. No, they're not sponsors.
You tried the honey one?
No, not yet.
I got this shit at home, but it's smooth though.
Honey?
The honey one? Yeah. Yeah, it's called honey.
It's called what?
It's a honeymoon. Honey.
That's what you said.
Yeah, no, it's called honey.
No, you say honeymoon.
Oh, no, honey.
Honey.
Yeah, honey.
I'm repeating you. I don't know if there's
Yeah, it's a honey flavor. It's a honey flavor.
Okay.
Honey flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, that Jack Daniels on there.
I think that's you. You get the
Yeah.
this one, yes.
So like I said, we had to stop recording because the conversations were getting a bit personal, and I don't want to share that. You know, it's part of the bro code, and I want to respect the privacy of others. So we just stopped and just kept enjoying the night, enjoying our cigars, enjoying our conversations, which were great. And again, I do recommend cigar lounges are such a great place for you to just build that brotherhood experience with other amongst men. Sometimes, like we've said this before in the podcast, sometimes men have a difficult time making friends and just creating that connection. I think a cigar lounge is one of the best places to build that. All right, so let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with the things you should not do when you are at a cigar lounge. We also have today's quote and more. Remember that you are listening to Grit on the Rocks podcast, a Buenos Dias media production.
Looking to connect with like-minded men who share your drive for success and passion for the finer things in life? Welcome to the Apex Gentlemen's Guild, a private members club for men who value ambition, camaraderie, giving back, and personal growth. For a limited time while we're fully remote, you can join the guild for free. Gain access to tons of motivational content, exclusive events, insightful discussions, and a network of high-performance individuals. Don't miss this chance to elevate your social circle. Request to join today at facebook.com/groups/Apex Gentlemen's Guild, or give us a like at facebook.com/Apex Gentlemen's Guild. The Apex Gentlemen's Guild, excellence forged in unity.
Okay, so let's look at some of the invisible rules, right, when hanging out at a cigar lounge. Number one would be lighting up, right? When you're lighting up, never light. Never light someone else's cigar without asking. It's like offering to chew someone's food for them, because the lighting is part of the experience, especially as you get into it more and you develop your own like ritual. You have like your own process of how you do things, how you unwind, how you decompress, which is a main part of the cigar lounge experience, is for you to decompress and disconnect from all the hustle and bustle and all the, everyday stuff So do not light another man's cigar without asking them. Just don't do it. You know, offering to light another man's cigar is like saying, hey, want me to hold your beer while you stand in the bathroom? Would you do that? No, right? You're not going into the bathroom with a man. Like, hey, I'll hold your beer. No, stop. All right. Number 2 is the ashtray hog. Don't hog the ashtray. It's a communal ashtray. It's not a personal ashtray. If you notice when you go to the lounge, ashtrays are huge, right? And they have the 4 slots. Like when me and my friends went, it was 4 of us. We took one ashtray, put it in the center, and it was, anyway. So, yes, it's a communal ashtray. It's not a personal ashtray. It's not a personal ash bin. So do not hog up the ashtray. Don't just pull it towards you and, hey, everybody else can just figure it out. That's not how it works. Some lounges are smaller, so there's not as many ashtrays. So you have to share these ashtrays with everyone around you. All right. So do not flick the ashes every 2 seconds into a crowded tray. Right? Ashtray hogs are like a guy at the party who takes the last slice of pizza and doesn't even ask. It's just socially criminal, right? Don't do that. Number 3, which is one of my favorites, is respect the chill vibe. And we have loud talkers that ruin the vibe. You know, no one came to a cigar lounge to hear you brag about your crypto portfolio or whatever it is that you're bragging about. I mean, if you're having a conversation with your friends or whoever you're with, that's totally fine amongst you guys, but no one else needs to hear your conversations. Nobody needs to hear about the women you've been or not been with or your marital relationship problems. Keep it down. All right. So respect the chill vibe. A loud cigar guy is like the person who puts on the radio on full blast when you're trying to enjoy a peaceful drive. Just ruins the moment. An example of this, I guess we'll talk about this later when we get to that. I recently had an experience that it wasn't obnoxious, but it kind of ruins the moment. You know, when you respect the chill vibe is, if you notice at cigar lounges, if they're playing music, it's music for the entire lounge and it's very low volumed and it's just like relaxation music, very chill music. And the last thing you should do is to, you know, sit next to a group of people and then put your phone to play music. It's not that it's extra loud, but it ruins the whole thing. Especially now I have to talk a little louder. But we'll get to that one because that is part of the list today. Another one is blowing smoke, right? The art of not blowing smoke in someone's face, accidental or not, it's a major faux pas. Yeah, you should never do that. Blowing smoke in people's face. Again, some cigar lounges are smaller than others. The one that we go to is pretty spacious. So it's like, I feel like every group, every person has their privacy because the chairs are pretty big. These great comfortable leather chairs. And there's enough distance, even if someone's sitting next to you, there's enough distance between you and them. The only downfall to that is that when you're in a group, it's like everybody has to lean forward to be able to talk amongst a group. But yeah, never blow smoke in someone's face. Unless you're actively trying to make enemies, right? Aim your smoke away from everyone. I tend to do it up. You know, or if no one's in front of me, blow it forward, but usually I tend to do it up. Do not, right? These are the don'ts of a cigar lounge. Don't bring cigarettes. This isn't your local dive bar. We're here for cigars and not the smell of stale regrets. Do not take cigarettes into a cigar lounge to smoke them. If they're in your pocket, that's your business, but don't think like, hey, you know, everyone here is smoking. Oh, this will be cool. And you bring out cigarettes or weed or anything that is not a cigar should not be lit in a cigar lounge. Let's leave it at that. All right. Do not talk about how you only smoke Cubans. We get it. You're fancy. But no one cares. We're all here for a good cigar and not a status update. Yeah. I think at one point or another, you will always come across that person who's like, oh, I only smoke Cubans. And, you know, I mean, we all enjoy. I have a Cuban in my humidor that my friend brought. He bought it for me and brought it from DR. I have it there for a special occasion. I've not smoked it yet. But, you know, we don't need to sit next to a person at a lounge and just where they start talking all loud. Like, oh, I don't smoke. What are you smoking? Oh, I don't smoke that. I only smoke Cubans. Stay home. All right. Don't flick your ashes everywhere. This is in your personal ashtray, as we said before. Unless you are aiming to get banned, keep it classy. This is why I always mention the gentlemanly time. You got to keep it straight gentlemanly. And I know there's women who go to lounges too, but you also keep it gentlemanly, you know. Keep it classy, keep it clean. This is not, you know, the front stoop. This is not, you know, the bar in the corner. This is a place to just keep it classy. Okay. Do not take calls on speakerphone. Again, this is so annoying. And this is annoying everywhere. This is a tip that everybody should take and apply to their lives. No one wants to hear your conversation. I mean, to be honest, when you're at a cigar lounge, it's like being in a library. It's pretty chill, the environment. You know, everyone is talking if they're with people, unless they're by themselves. But they're with people, they're talking, and that's fine. But everyone has like a low tone voice, being considerate to others. No one wants to hear your conversation. Nobody wants to see you or hear you yelling at a phone. Take it outside or put your headphones on and just keep it chill. Respect the chill vibe. But yeah, this is something that I see people do, and it just annoys me when I see it. When they lick the cigar before cutting it. This is not a lollipop. Don't make things awkward by giving your cigar a French kiss in public. It's just annoying when you see them. We don't need to do all that. Why? There's no need for that. You know, me personally, I like to smell the cigar when I take it out of the cellophane. It smells good. I cut, make my cut, take a dry pull or two, and then I light. That's it. We're not doing the whole. And then we don't need to do any of that. Just bad habits. Just like when they take their first puff and start going, I taste this. No, stop. All right, so do not ask to borrow someone's cutter every time. And this is something I tell my friends. We can go to the lounge together, and I don't mind sharing my tools. But if you want to call yourself a cigar smoker and you become a cigar smoker, you have to buy your own tools. All right, we're all adults here. Bring your own tools. This isn't kindergarten, and no one's here to share like scissors and stuff. Again, I don't mind, but eventually, if you're into the quote-unquote cigar culture, you need to invest in your own tools, have your own stuff. You know, like me, I tend to carry like a fanny pack with all my stuff in there. And that I started doing it since day one. The first day I smoked a cigar, I knew I liked it. And that same day we went to a cigar shop and I bought some cigars, and I quickly bought my own lighter, my own cutter. And then you buy better things as you, if this is something that you really like and you truly enjoy, you start buying other stuff for yourself. So, okay. Do not dominate the conversation. It's a lounge, not your personal TED Talk. Let someone else get a word in before we all fall asleep. Yes. When you're having conversations, I know that I tend to, like when I'm passionate about something, I will talk. But I also want to get feedback. I want to learn. I want to listen. So yes, don't just sit there and just yammer on and just the person is just looking at you and nodding, because eventually they will stop listening. Even if they're nodding, they're thinking about something else. So yeah, don't ruin it for others. Do not get hammered. It's a lounge for a reason. Sip, smoke, and relax. This isn't the place for beer pong or body shots. This is not a place for you to go and get shit-faced and then start acting a fool. And again, we go back to the same thing. The cigar lounge is an experience that we should all be able to enjoy peacefully and classy. And you getting shit-faced and causing a scene not only ruins it for yourself, it ruins it for others that are also paying customers just like you are. So just don't do it. Okay, it says here, wear too much cologne. It says that we're here to smell cigars, not walk into a department store fragrance section. One spray is enough. I mean, I guess that applies to everything. I don't think you should overwear cologne anywhere you go because it doesn't smell great. But I do believe in wearing cologne. I mean, too much of anything is bad. So, but yeah. You're going to come out smelling like cigars anyway, but yeah, not too much. So, another one, do not smoke too fast. This isn't a race. If you're puffing like your life depends on it, you're doing it wrong. You know, you're at a cigar lounge, you take your puff and you're talking and you got in a conversation, you put the cigar down in the ashtray, or if you have one of those like little stands that you put your cigar in, you sip your drink. You shouldn't be rushing to finish your drink fast. You're not drinking shots. You're enjoying a drink. That's also a mistake. That's not here, but yeah, like if you're taking your drink and you're like just throwing it back like it's a shot, you're doing it wrong. This week I was smoking my Perdomo 10-year anniversary Maduro. At first, I was like, I don't know. It doesn't taste bad, but it's not. Once I took a sip of my whiskey and a puff of my cigar, the whole experience changed. Tip for you. Anyway, but yeah, if you're smoking too fast, you're doing it wrong. You're not racing. A cigar is to be enjoyed. It should take you, I mean, depending on the size, obviously. I try to usually do a Toro size or Epicure in the Perdomo line. It usually takes us it could be an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending. But if you're smoking a Toro size cigar in 15 minutes, you're doing it wrong. There's no race unless you're on a short time period. And that, in that case, you should be smoking maybe a Robusto or half Corona. But okay, let's see. Okay, do not ask for a light every 10 minutes. Bring your own lighter or two. You're not in high school trying to bum a light. So yeah, again, we go back to the tools. If you're at a cigar lounge, you should always carry your tools. Yeah, I've had situations where I carry with me 3 lighters and everyone with me, no one brings one. And for some reason, everyone cigar keeps turning off, right? It goes out and I have to relight it and then relight it and then relight it. And by the end of the night, all my lighters are empty. So yeah, that's a good etiquette, is to have your lighters. Again, it goes back to having your tools with you for you to enjoy your experience and let others enjoy theirs. Okay. Do not talk politics nonstop. We came for cigars and chill vibes, not CNN versus Fox News debate. Yeah, this is a topic that I like talking with my friends, right? On a personal level, we'll talk politics very briefly because I don't care for politics. But at the point we're in now in today's society, I feel like politics, if you're paying attention to the world around you and everything around you, I'm not talking about politics itself. If you're paying attention to everything around you and you're having a conversation about life in general and your surroundings, politics will come into the conversation. But it's not something that should be a dominant conversation. And if you're doing it at a lounge and it's part of the conversation briefly, that's fine. But do not turn it in, especially if you're with people that are very passionate and refuse to hear others, because that usually turns into arguments. If you can have a civil conversation about politics and religion too, that's another topic, and you can just have a conversation where you're just talking about it, you know, putting each other's opinions and just expressing your views, and that's it. That's where it stays. That's fine. But if you're with these people that get angry if they don't agree with you, and then it becomes a shouting match to see who can speak louder, and it becomes a I have to convince you that you're wrong and I'm right, then just don't have those conversations at a cigar lounge, because again, not only are you ruining it for yourself, you're ruining it for others that are there. So this is the one I wanted to get to because this is the experience that we had this past Friday. Was a little, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It's just it kind of like momentarily, I was like, ugh, why? So it's play loud music from your phone. You're not DJ Khaled, and this isn't your backyard barbecue. Keep the tunes to yourself or leave it to the lounge. Exactly. When you're at a cigar lounge, if they have music for the lounge goers to enjoy, that is fine. They know what they're playing. They're not playing hip hop. They're not playing rock. They're probably playing maybe some jazz, some, low tone music, some lounge music, and it's at a very low volume to keep the atmosphere chill. But do not go to a lounge and sit next to a group of people and put your phone on with whatever music. If you're listening to rap or trap or hip hop or reggaeton or salsa, it doesn't matter what it is. Don't go and just play your rock music, and just because now you're disturbing the others. If you want to listen to it that loud, put your headphones on and just you enjoy it. That's it, because that's what lounges are for. It's for you to enjoy, and most want to enjoy it on a personal level. Some people just go by themselves. I've seen people that they go by themselves. They have stands for their phones. They set them up at the table next to their ashtray. They put on their headphones or their ear pods and enjoy whatever they're watching with a nice cigar, a glass of liquor, and they're bothering no one. So don't be that person. Okay. Do not pretend that you're a cigar expert. We've all Googled best cigars once or twice. No need to recite Wikipedia to impress everyone. And this is why I say this also in the podcast. I am in no regards, in no type, way, shape, or form, a cigar expert. I am just a person who enjoys cigars and enjoys talking about it, and enjoys the culture of it, enjoys collecting them. And we can have a conversation back and forth about it. But I most times I don't, if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'd rather just, which is why I say, if I enjoy a cigar, I enjoy the smoke. I enjoyed the cigar. That's it. I'm not going to say here, oh, I can taste this and I like this, but then this came in and then this, and there's a tone of this and a hint of that. I'm not there yet. Maybe when I get there, I'll talk that way, but do not claim that you're a cigar expert unless you truly are, which then those that are with you should, they're there to learn, right? It's part of an interesting conversation because I'm there to learn. Okay. Do not leave without paying your tab. You're smoking premium cigars. You're not running from a frat party. Pay up before you walk out. This one doesn't really apply to at least the lounges I've been to, but it says do not monopolize the lounge TV remote. Not everyone wants to watch a 6-hour documentary on stock trading. Share the remote. Yeah, here in New York, at least the lounges I've been to, that's not an issue because they have the TV set. At the one we went to this Friday, they have a few TVs, and all TVs have different stuff. They have sports, they have shows, and I guess the staff holds the remotes. The volume is down so you can just watch. You're not listening. They don't have a mess of TVs all playing at the same time with the volumes at, no. So here, that's not an issue. I guess there are lounges where they do share the remote and you can change the channel and whatnot. Let's see. Do not ask someone to relight your cigar for you. It's not a campfire. Light your own cigar like a grown man. We believe in you. All right. So that's the list that I have of the invisible cigar lounge rules. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are more, and I invite those that are listening or viewing. If you're watching us on YouTube, drop in the comment section. If you're watching us on Rumble, also drop in the comment section if you have other rules that I didn't say here. I'd love to read them. If you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, there's also somewhere, I think, to leave some comments. But if not, you can also go to gritontheRocks.com, scroll to the bottom to the contact us section, and write us a message. And we want to hear if you got your own list of rules and you want to share with us, please do so, so that we can read them here on the show and share with others, right? So before we close up today, I wanted to share today's quote that comes from the great Bruce Lee. And it says, "Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." This is by Bruce Lee. So what does that mean? It means that rather than wishing for comfort or an absence of challenges, it's more valuable to develop resilience and strength needed to overcome life's hardships. Yeah. All right. So we discussed today's quote. We went down a list of cigar etiquette 101, right? The invisible rules of the cigar lounge. I want to encourage everyone to submit their stories. Go to gritontheRocks.com, scroll down to the bottom. Before you get to the bottom, you will see in the website we do have the different segments of the show. It explains what they are. And if you keep scrolling to the bottom, you can find the Contact Us section, and you can write to us and submit a story for one of the segments. It could be Whiskey Bar Wisdom. It could be Barstool Banter. It could be Hero of the Day, Kryptonite Sessions. And I wanted to mention, since we are in October and right, it's a month of Halloween, if you want to send up some, I don't know, spooky, scary stories, paranormal stories that you'd like us to read on the show, please do so now while October is still in session. In the following weeks, we will be discussing the bro code of grocery shopping, Taylor Swift, and if listening to her music makes you less manly, cooking and cleaning. Is that manly or is it not? Again, this is not opinion. I'm just looking on information and what are their beliefs, just in case. And we'll also have how real men should treat their wives. That and so much more. Remember to write to the show and be a part of it. So thank you so much to our sponsors and listeners. Please subscribe and leave us a review. If you would like to become one of the segment sponsors, show sponsors, or you want us to be a sponsor on the website on gritontheRocks.com, we have a section of sponsors where we will showcase your company or business logo, and we will link either your social media or website, whichever one you prefer, so that people can go right to drive traffic to your website, your social media, your brand. Contact us at info@gritontheRocks.com or gritontheRocks@gmail.com, or through one of our socials, through Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, Grit on the Rocks. So thank you everyone for your support. Please remember to stay gentlemanly. Till the next time, bye now.